Welcome everyone. We're having class outside today and we're talking about, you guessed it, the rain. Now, do you have a lot of rain where you live? Does it rain often? Does it rain just a little bit? If you're living in England, Ireland, it probably rains quite a bit. If you're living in the desert like me, you probably get just a little bit of rain, not too much. But today we're going to go over ways to talk about the rain in English. So typically, before it rains, the sky gets very cloudy. It gets gray and then black. But once the sky is filled with clouds, we call it overcast. Overcast. Now what happens after it becomes overcast and there's a lot of moisture in the air and it starts to smell like rain? Maybe the rain starts coming down in little bits. We call that drizzling or sprinkling. Or if you're living in the United Kingdom, when I was living there, they call it spitting. When it rains just a little bit, just a little drizzle, just a little bit of rain that comes down. Once it gets more intense, once it starts drizzling a lot, we call that showers. More rain is coming down. It's like standing in a shower once it gets more intense. So you got drizzling and sprinkling, and once it picks up more, it begins to come into a shower. But you don't say it's showering out. You can say it's drizzling out, it's sprinkling out, but you don't say it's showering out. You say showers are coming down. Or if it's really coming down, you can say it's raining cats and dogs, which is a great expression to know. Another expression, it's coming down in buckets, meaning it's just pouring. It is a downpour, they say. So there's lots of vocabulary and lots of terms to describe the rain, which in American English are pretty similar. But once it really starts picking up, then it's pouring out. Okay, not showering, but pouring out. And sometimes the downpours, when it's pouring out, those downpours can become torrential. And that's if you're in a hurricane and you're getting several inches of water, you can say, that is a torrential downpour. Or you'll hear that on the weather. Maybe in your country, they stick the weatherman out into the hurricane and he's standing there and the wind's blowing 100 miles an hour and he says, these downpours are torrential, they're too much, it's really coming down out here. Now, talk about a hazardous job when they stick the guy out there. But yes, that's a torrential downpour in a hurricane, or where I live, we get a monsoon storms, which usually occurs in July, August, September. We get all of our rain, we get a few inches of rain per year, but we get it all in these big monsoon storms. So although I live in a desert and we don't get too much rain, when we get rain, it pours, and it pours big. And one thing that we get are flash floods. Now, do you have a similar concept, a flash flood where you live? And a flash flood is all the rain entering all the drainages, any rivers, any washes, all that rain entering very quickly, and it floods. So they call it a flash flood. You'll see cars trying to drive through these, and they get stuck, and they need a helicopter to come down and airlift them out, get the people out of the car. They're usually on the roof, while the river or the water is running all around them because they drove through it thinking it wasn't going to be too bad. But every year we get monsoon rains and we get flash floods. Now if you're stuck in the rain or you're out in the rain, you can use some vocabulary. You can say, I'm wet. If you have a little bit of rain on you, you can say, I am soaked if you got a lot of rain. Or you can say, I am drenched. Being drenched, all your clothes are soaking wet, you can wring them out, the water runs, that's being drenched. Now what do you do to prepare for the rain? Maybe you wear a raincoat. Maybe you use an umbrella. Maybe you have waterproof shoes or a waterproof pack that you wear before you go out in anticipation of it raining. But now, how do you talk about the sights and sounds of the rain? Okay, like what about thunder and lightning? Well, lightning is the flash that you see. It spreads across the sky. But thunder is the sound, the after effect of the lightning. Thunder is the sound that it makes. You'll see the flash first, and then you'll hear the thunder a few seconds afterwards. So these are just a few examples of how to go about talking about the rain. From it being overcast, to sprinkling, to drizzling, to having showers, to pouring, to a torrential downpour, to having monsoon storms, to having flash floods, hurricanes, and what to wear, what to prepare with, an umbrella, waterproof shoes, a raincoat, to what you see and what you hear. Lightning is what you see, the thunder is what you hear. So I hope this helped you guys learn a little bit how to talk about rain in English. So if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you have a video suggestion, please let me know. I'm always looking to take suggestions. And if you haven't already, would you guys please like and subscribe? I appreciate it very much, and I love making these lessons for you. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.